husband for years, not really happy, but dealing with it, and caught him cheating for the third time. And so I decided to let loose and let it out. And in a 4 or 5 month span, I slept with literally 20 different men.
What?
You're scum. You're so scum. You're a scumbag.
Bruh, y'all gotta make this make sense to me.
You're a scumbag.
Women need to understand this one thing. When a guy cheats on you, if you don't like that and don't want to take him back, leave.
Please do.
Staying with him for the purposes of trying to enact some funny looking revenge never works out in your favor. It never does. Oh, I'm gonna stay with him anyway so I can make sure he gets fired from his job. I'll stay with him so I can cheat on him and he won't know about it and I'll just laugh to myself. If that's something you do, look at me in my eyes. Look at me. You're a psychopath. You're a crazy person. You're a bad person and you deserve nothing but misery in your entire fucking life. Because what are you doing? Just leave. Just leave. This is one of those situations where I hate this saying, like, 2 wrongs don't make a right, because sometimes someone do something wrong to you and your vengeance should be biblical.
Yeah.
But this isn't really biblical vengeance.
No.
I would almost be more on board with they cheat on you and you push them off a roof before you do this. Because what's the point of this? What's the point of this? Like, I stay with him and pretend to be with him still, sleep with him still, smile in his face, all the while I'm poisoning him or cheating on him. Like, what's the point of that?
That just goes to show you hate that person and no longer need to be with that person, because that dynamic, the thing that they did, they crossed that boundary that you no longer respect them, you can't be with them. So therefore you have to remove yourself from their presence and their life, period, because they crossed that boundary that you was not with to begin with.
Not stay in it. And then wallow in toxicity so that you can just try to do something weird to them. I never understood that. And on top of that, women also need to understand this. It's a double standard, but fuck it, there be double standards out here. You're allowed to hit people, and I can't hit you back. So that's a double standard that's in your favor. A double standard that's in men's favor is that, I'm sorry to break it to you, but you can't revenge cheat against a man. You can't do that because you're not proving anything. All you're doing is demonstrating that you decided you're going to be a whore.
Right. You lower your self-worth and your pride and who you are as a person by doing such, rather than walking away and then continuing to keep yourself at a higher, a more morale person about doing things than stooping down to his level.
Right. And on top of that, it makes you the same type of liar that he is, because he told you he wouldn't cheat and he did. You took him back. He told you he wouldn't do it again. He did, and you took him back. He told you he wouldn't do it again. He did a 3rd time, and you took him back. The key part of all these is that you took him back.
Right.
So when you took him back, you're like, okay, I'll accept it as long as you don't do it going forward. For all we know, this might have been the last time he was going to do it, or maybe he'll do it again. But that's actually irrelevant to this point, because we already know he's wrong.
Right.
You should have been left him.
Right.
The fact that you can let him come back the 3rd time, but then now you start cheating, and then you're like, well, this is to get him back for the times he cheated on me, but then why'd you take him back?
Right.
Why didn't you just leave?
Right.
And I can't understand the mentality of a woman that stays with a guy that did something that they don't like, to the point that they hate them so much that they would cheat on them, like have sex with other men while they're on the phone with them, all kind of weird stuff like that. But it's like, why didn't you just leave? You're not doing anything. Like, I can't understand that. And it's like 20 dudes in 4 months. You're a fucking prostitute. That's what you are.
Yeah, you're easy.
Like, how does that make sense?
You made yourself easy to be use toilet paper
for a bunch of random dudes.
Right, just to get back at him. When none of those men give a fuck about you, you're used up now, and you lowered yourself in a different position, and now your husband's gonna want you back, even though he...
Yeah, but worse if he doesn't even know.
Right.
Just to kind of get all the frustration out and let it out my system, and then after that, I felt better. I mean, it's like a year later, we're back together, we're fine now. But I did my 1s and 2s for a little while.
And he'll never know.
And I never told anybody.
You knocked off a 20-pack.
Yeah.
And he'll never know.
Yeah.
And that's funny.
He knows better.
Yeah.
So that's how many men? That's like how many men a week though?
You don't respect him.
Done more
No, I'm
than
just
that
asking.
with women. Don't
Trying to figure
judge.
out.
Relax.
I'm not judging.
I am judging. Shut up.
there were these parties, a couple of those, and it's hard to say.
All right, so keep it real. Sometimes when you're with him and he's down there, do you laugh a little to yourself?
There are a lot of little jokes I have to myself now, but
And this is what I mean. This is what I mean.
She's a
you
rat,
don't
bro.
love him.
You're a rat.
Why are you back with him? Why are you back with
She
him? You
said-
don't respect him, especially after he cheated. So you decided to do something to yourself, degrade yourself to try to get back at him, but you're degrading yourself. And now he's not going to want you if he does find out. But the simple fact is you don't respect him because you're laughing in his face. And earlier you said you're just dealing with it.
What is this logic that she said sometimes when he's down there? So while you're having sex, you're actively hating him still.
Right. That's what I'm saying. You don't love him.
But you're also a weird little thought. Why are you sleeping with this guy if you don't like him? You hate him. But you hate him so much that you're laughing that other men were sleeping with you and now he's eating you out or whatever, and that's funny to you. Why are you still with him? What are you doing? It doesn't make any sense to me. That's why it's like, girl like this, 20 dudes and he never knew? If he shoots you in your fucking head, oh well, I don't know what to tell you. What are you doing?
Women, think of yourself as a plate of food. You give yourself up to a man as a plate of food. He's going to devour that food, he's going to eat it, and so on and so forth. But if you make a plate of yourself to give to your man and then take that plate away, barely eaten, only bits and pieces, and then give it to the next man, and then he eats the next scraps, and then the next man eats the next scraps, that's exactly what you're doing.
You're nasty.
You're just giving up yourself as a plate of food as scraps.
That's what you are, Scraps, because you're nasty. And this Angela Yee just laughing like, like I always hated her, bro. I always hated her. Every time she would give an opinion on the fucking Breakfast Club, it was just bullshit. It was just fucking nonsense. Like neo-feminist bullshit. That's what it is. I hate men. Women could do whatever they want. Bullshit. Like that's what this is. It's nonsense. And they used to have Charlemagne and Envy get on her fucking head top every time she was saying some nut shit.
Yeah.
Now Mano letting it go. You talking about? She's been talking about. Oh, let it go. Let what go, bro? She's devious and ridiculous. Fuck out of here.
You know what? I'm glad I did it because I was trying so hard for so long to be good, even though I wasn't happy. And he decided when he didn't feel happy, he wanted to do what he wanted to do. So
How did you get to
it was
20
my
though?
turn, and I let
Right.
it go.
Right, exactly. That's the thing. It's like you could have stopped at 9, you could have stopped at 1. Like, still, even 1 is not really justifiable, but at the same time, I could understand that. But 20? What are you doing?
Right.
Like, what's 20? You say you cheated 3 times, so you slept with 20 people. And you think that's rational. Even as get back, that's not rational. It's
Right.
fucking overkill.
Right.
Like, what are you doing?
Maybe 5.
She was going to party.
Right.
I
5.
was going to parties. I was having fun.
Whore.
There was 1 or 2 I got attached to. There was some that
You was trying to live your life as a whore, that's
Do you talk
why.
to any of them
It
still?
was a wild time. Not really. I follow them on social media. We
Why?
hit each other, send them a meme or something. But
Why?
No attachments or anything like that.
That is an
Is
attachment.
anybody
Right.
better than your husband?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
She's wild, bro.
20 in 4 months though.
But
They all better. You hate your husband. You're constantly clowning him. 20 dudes in 4 months, but you're still with him. Why are you still with him? Make that make sense to me. Make it make sense. Why are you still with him, you fucking dirty rat? Why are you still with him?
Like
Just
I
leave.
said, you're a scumbag.
Right. As bad as what he did was, you're worse.
You're a scumbag.
You're worse. Because at the end of the day, you said to him, I'll forgive you and we'll move on. But you lied.
It's so weird. How can you sit here and say that he's a bad person for cheating and he's this, he's that for cheating, but yet it wouldn't apply to you at the same
Right.
time? How does that work? I don't understand that mentality.
Because he did it first, so now she's doing it, it doesn't matter. That's the argument.
But that doesn't, no, that puts you in the same bucket and low life level as he is.
Yeah, it does.
It doesn't make sense to me as to why women, it never made sense to me, because I'm not going to lower myself to their level just because they did something to me. I'm going to remove myself. That's my get back. I'm going to leave you because you had something good and you fucked it up. Now go live without it. That's my get back, and I'm gonna do 10 times better, 30 times better than you. That's my fucking get back. I never understood this
As opposed
shit.
to just let me go be a prostitute. Make it make sense,
That
bro.
lowers you.
I
That
don't know.
lowers.
I can't.
I never understood it.
And
I
this
never
is
did.
and this is why dating has gone so fucking left in
Hell
the last 10 years.
Hell yeah.
Shit like 15 almost. This like people like Angela Yee's that bitches do rat shit like this, and instead of her getting fucking flamed like she's supposed to be, Angela Yee is doing nothing but supporting her and letting her know, yeah, this is a good idea. You should do this, and other women should do it too in the future. Why you don't leave?
Stoop low, stoop to their level and stoop low, just so you can get back at them. No,
You're not getting any get back. You're not getting get back.
Right.
And if the nigga leave you, you think this is get back? I'd be like, oh nah, she's a whore. That's what you are. And that's what all the dudes who you slept with, that's what they think too. Because they knew you had a husband. That's what they think. So is that what you want to be?
Yep.
Okay.
No.
I'm not judging. I'm just trying to understand.
I'm judging. The
It's
fuck you
24
talking
months.
about?
That's like one a week.
Sounds like you judge a man now.
No, I don't really want to judge you. I've probably
Yeah,
done worse. but-
listen, she just told us something she's never told anybody. We appreciate
I'm
you.
with
Okay.
And I'm glad you feel better and you did what you needed to do for yourself. Your body took control.
Your body took control.
That sounds crazy. That sounds fucking crazy.
I'm telling you, that's a whore's mentality. Oh, I'm taking control of my body. That's what Lily Phillips thinks. I'm taking control of my body. Okay. All right. You're controlling yourself as a prostitute. That's what
Yeah.
you are. Nonsense.
For a little while, yeah, and I learned some new things about my body. My husband couldn't teach me.
Okay.
I needed
Just
some
leave.
time. I needed some time.
20 pack.
She be laughing at him now sometimes. Like,
You get any footage
Why?
with any of these
Why?
guys?
What was that?
Any footage with any of these guys?
There's a little footage. There's some footage.
What is that, bro?
okay, all right, sis.
Have a great day.
She's a bad person. You're a bad person. And it's like, if someone told me this story, like a woman told me, I would laugh at you. You feel me? I would laugh at you. I'd be like, no, you're the funny one. Why are you laughing? Because this clown nigga that you keep clowning, you're still with him. You still claim him. Y'all are still together. So you so up here, and he's so piece of shit that you making fun of him or whatever. But yeah, you still with this nigga. You're the clown.
Honestly, when women tell these stories and stuff like that, as if they're telling their homeboys or whatever, those men are actually literally laughing at you, like my husband said.
Laughing at you,
They're
bro.
laughing at you because you think you did something so cool,
So cool, powerful,
right?
and
Powerful and taking charge, but you're not.
Right. And I'm sorry to break it to you, but it's literally a double standard based on facts.
Mm-hmm.
A man goes out and tries to sleep with 20 women in 4 months. He had to convince 20 women that he was worthy of them taking another body.
Mm-hmm.
A woman could get 20 new bodies in a day by laying down in the middle of Times Square. I don't want to hear it. If she lay down in the middle of Times Square and there was no law against having sex outside,
Yeah.
even still, she could still just lay there, put a sign on her chest, lay down, and be like, "Carry me into a hotel and sleep with me."
I mean, look at Lily, like you said, Lily Phillips.
Right, and that's what Lily Phillips did. That's how she managed to get 100 dudes, 1,000 dudes in a short period of time. How'd she do that? No man could do that. Chris Brown couldn't do that. Even if he tried, he couldn't do that. It doesn't work like that. So you earned nothing by doing that. You basically laid down the street. You walked outside. Something was given to you, and you think you did something. You didn't do anything.
Right.
Rat behavior, son. Hope you trip and fall down. Fuck out of here.